for a deep dive into the world of Cane Corsos. We're about to unpack traditional versus non-traditional,
Mhm.
and honestly, it's more interesting than you might think.
It really is a fascinating corner of the dog world, when you think about it. I mean, you've got this breed with roots going all the way back to, like, Roman gladiators. Talk about a legacy.
Okay, so listener, imagine a dog so imposing, so powerful that it once stood with gladiators in the Roman arenas. That's the heart of the traditional Cane Corso, wouldn't you say? Bred for pure strength and unwavering protection.
Exactly. Think of it like this traditional breeding is all about preserving history. We're talking centuries-old Italian standards, that powerful build, the musculature, even that serious look they have. Every single feature goes back to their original purpose. Guardians. They were bred to be imposing, to deter threats just by being there.
And these dogs are imposing, from what I've read, like a brick house on four legs. That's a visual, right?
Oh, absolutely. A traditional cane corso. It's all about substance, power, a large muscular build. They've got a thick coat, kind of course. And of course, those powerful cane corso jaws, you can't forget those. They had to be able to face down danger, these dogs.
So that's the traditional Cane Corso, this echo of history. Where do the non-traditional lines come in? It's almost like they branched off, took a different path, right?
Yeah, that's a great way to think about it. Imagine a fork in the road of cane corso breeding. Non-traditional lines, they sometimes prioritize different things, maybe aesthetics or certain temperaments. Some breeders might prefer a taller cane corso, leaner. Some even bring in genes from other breeds like Great Danes, sometimes even boxers.
Wait, hold on. Bringing in genes from other breeds, doesn't that, like, change what a Cane Corso is?
That is the debate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some say it goes too far from the breed's identity, that core, but then others argue it can be good, bringing in positive traits, maybe even avoiding health problems that can happen when the gene pool is too small. It's not simple, really, and there are good arguments on both sides.
So we're already seeing how much there is to consider with breeding choices, how much impact they have. But let's shift gears for a minute. We've talked about what these dogs look like, but what about personality? We can't forget these are dogs with personalities as big as their bark, right?
100%. And just like with looks, it's crucial to understand temperament in traditional versus non-traditional cane corsos. There are nuances there too.
Okay, so let's get into it. Someone's meeting a Cane Corso for the first time. What can they expect, personality-wise, from a traditional dog versus a non-traditional?
Well, remember, every dog is an individual, of course. But we can talk about some general tendencies based on breeding. So, traditional cane corsos. With that history as guardians, protectors, they're often naturally a little wary of strangers.
Not necessarily aggressive, right?
Right. It's more like a deep instinct. They assess situations, protect their family, their territory.
So not the life of the party, maybe, but
But incredibly loyal, devoted to their people.
more reserved and watchful than let's play fetch with everyone.
Exactly. They can be super affectionate with their own family, but might need time to warm up to new faces.
Makes sense.
Training, socialization, that's key from a young age to channel those protective instincts the right way.
And with non-traditional Cane Corsos, what about their temperament? Does it differ? How much?
Well, because the breeding goals can be so different in non-traditional lines, you see a wider range.
Okay.
Like a breeder focused on companionship might really prioritize a dog that's, easygoing, playful, might even bring in traits from breeds that are known for being gentle.
So you could get a non-traditional Cane Corso that loves a jog, loves cuddling on the couch, just as much as they love keeping an eye on the house.
Exactly. But you have to remember, temperament's complicated.
Yeah.
It's not just genetics, right?
Hmm.
Upbringing matters, environment, the individual dog's personality.
I think there's a whole spectrum within the breed, a whole world of possibilities within Cane Corsos.
Absolutely. And this is where choosing a responsible breeder is so important. It's about finding someone who really understands these nuances. Breeding not just for how the dog looks, but for temperament and health too.
So our listeners thinking, okay, I'm ready for a Cane Corso. What should they look for in a breeder? What sets the responsible ones apart?
It boils down to, are they transparent?
Mm-hmm.
And are they truly passionate about the breed? A good breeder is an open book. They'll answer any questions you have about, how they breed, the dog's lineage, any health tests they've done.
Health, that's crucial. Are there health concerns that are more common in traditional Cane Corsos versus non-traditional? With a breed this large, this powerful, it seems so important.
Absolutely. And Just like all breeds, they can be prone to certain issues. But responsible breeders, they're proactive. They screen for these things, trying to minimize the risks to the puppies.
What are some of those conditions that potential owners should know about? We want our listeners to be as informed as possible.
Of course. Some common ones with Cane Corsos include hip dysplasia, elbow dysplasia. Those are joint conditions, can cause pain, mobility problems,
Yeah.
and then bloat. Bloat is serious. It affects a lot of large breeds with deep chests, including Cane Corsos.
Mine is bloat, exactly.
Basically, the dog's stomach can twist, it's a life-threatening emergency. Needs immediate vet attention.
That sounds terrifying. Okay, I see why finding a breeder who prioritizes health testing is so important.
Exactly. And a responsible breeder will know all about these health concerns. They should be able to give you documentation that their dogs have been screened and cleared.
So it's like a health guarantee, in a way. Gives you peace of mind. But beyond those clearances, what else should our listener look for when they visit?
Pay attention to the breeder's practices, their priorities. Do they socialize the puppies early? Train them early? Are the dogs raised in a good environment, loving, stimulating, and do they ask you questions? A good breeder wants to make sure you're a good fit for one of their dogs.
It's about more than just, here's a puppy, see you later. They're invested.
Right. They want the right home for each dog. And a good breeder will be a resource, like throughout your Cane Corso's whole life, offering guidance, support.
It's like you're joining their Cane Corso family. So we're wrapping up our deep dive here, and I'm wondering, is there, like, one thought you want to leave people with as they consider bringing a Cane Corso home? Traditional, non-traditional, whatever they choose.
Beyond all the details, it's crucial to just go into Cane Corso ownership with your eyes open. These are powerful dogs, and they have unique needs, instincts. They really thrive on training, socialization, a strong bond with their family.
It's more than owning a dog.
It's a lifestyle. It's incredibly rewarding, but it is a responsibility. You're providing for them the structure, the training, the love.
And that's how they thrive.
Exactly. Do your research. Find those reputable breeders. And be ready. It's a journey. But it can really enrich your life in so many ways.
That is a great note to end on. Respecting this ancient breed, but also embracing who they are as individuals.
Well said. Traditional Cane Corso, that historical grandeur, or maybe you're drawn to those diverse traits in the non-traditional lines, doesn't matter. Each dog is unique. Be open-minded, be willing to learn, and bring a whole lot of love. You'll be amazed at the bond you can build.
It's been fantastic diving into the world of Cane Corsos with you today. Our listener has a lot to think about. That history, those bloodlines, finding the right breeder. I think they're walking away feeling empowered, informed, and ready to, jump into the world of Cane Corsos. Thanks for joining us.